That late night, I was on a date with my lover when I suddenly received a video call from my husband checking up on me. I quickly hid in the bathroom and spoke a few words to my husband, but I suddenly became very nervous and hung up the call. It turned out that my lover Nick had just woken up and also entered the bathroom. Instantly, I felt extremely uneasy because I didn't know if Nick had been spotted by my husband when he came in. To avoid arousing my husband's suspicions, I quickly packed my belongings and asked Nick to take me home as soon as possible. However, on the way back, my husband kept calling. Fearing exposure, I hung up all his calls, but little did I know that my nightmare was just beginning. When we arrived at a nearby gas station, Nick failed to notice that the fuel tank had been punctured. I was shocked to find the convenience store completely empty, with a large pool of blood behind the cash register. I immediately sensed something was wrong and tried to leave quickly, but suddenly, a bullet suddenly hit my shoulder. Before I could recover from the shock, a second bullet struck me. I was terrified and quickly hid behind a shelf, but the attacker showed no intention of letting me go. Through the bullet holes in the glass, I realized there must be a sniper lurking outside. I didn't have time to think. I quickly moved out of the line of fire and shouted for Nick to help me, but Nick was in the car listening to loud music and didn't hear my cries for help. With no other option, I took off my jacket to stop the bleeding from my wound. I wanted to see if the sniper had left, but as soon as I peeked out, he locked onto me again.
John! John, look at me!
I kept shouting for Nick, but still received no response. So I decided to take the risk of picking up the phone that had fallen to the ground earlier so I could call the police. But the sniper reacted swiftly, shattering my hopes once again. As I sat there paralyzed, unsure of what to do, suddenly a man's voice came over the walkie-talkie calling for the cashier. I saw a glimmer of hope. If I could get that walkie-talkie, I could ask him to call the police for me. But how could I possibly get the walkie-talkie?